What is up, viewers? Radio Robbie back at it again. Today we have special guest, Little Johnny Moore. How you doing, Little John?
I'm fine.
Oh, okay, Little John. That's really scary. So, Little John over here has decided that he recently wanted to start getting into the game of Yugioh.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, calm down there, friend. So, I wanted to bring up some little discussions to remind Little John that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is in fact a grown man's game and not for little boys.
You're lying. They said it's for ages 3+.
I think it's 6+ now, Little John, but okay. So, Little John, we're going to bring up a couple of things here that makes Yu-Gi-Oh! A nightmare for new players wanting to join.
Yay!
Okay. Alright, calm down there, Little John.
I can't.
Oh, okay, well, whatever. So, Little John, pay a little close attention to me here as we go through the things. Little John, do you have an abysmal amount of money to spend?
Yeah, I have my mom's wallet.
Oh, okay, Little John. I don't condone stealing. You shouldn't do that.
Does my mom's credit card work?
Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh's not for you unless you do get away with whatever you're doing. But don't do it. Don't do it. It's bad. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Does require a lot of money. I hope you have a wonderful funding source for that. I'm not quite sure how they expect people to be able to afford 3 Ash Blossom, Infinite Impermanence, and all of these other wonderful things that you're going to be needing.
My mom's credit card.
No, that's bad, Little John. I can't wait to see you get older, Little John. Little John. Okay, so you're going to need to spend a lot of money on these core staples. And I mean, staples, they're wonderful. They're the things that bring your strategy together. You know, I don't know what kind of deck you're planning on playing.
6 Samurai.
Oh, okay, John. I get it. Some fortune teller told you you're going to top a 6 Samurai in the near future.
No. Me love Samurai.
Oh, okay, John. Okay, John. This video has no relation to actual John Moore. So here's the thing. I hate to say it, but new players getting into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! You have it so hard, especially the WCQ is right around the corner, and instead of prices going down, they have shot way up. Alright? The point is, Little John over here cannot afford even the most basic of stuff. And for John to even be able to afford even 1 Ash Blossom, I mean, he could have bought it with $40. But you know how hard it is to walk up to your grandparents or parents and be like, buy me a box, or, buy me this one card. When I was a wee little lad, little Robbie over here, asking my parents for a cardboard, anything card related, was absolutely one of the worst decisions of my life. I mean, it was cool watching my grandparents and stuff buy me product when I was a little kid. And Christmas time was one of the happiest times of my life. Because, oh my God, I can get a cool box, or, I get the ability to open up something, and we'll see if it's kind of gambling, Do you get rewarded for the holiday season, or do you not? But the point is, these little kids should be happy that they should have even a remote chance of playing competitively. And there are always alternatives. I can't stress that enough. That's the advantage that these kids get these days, is you might not be able to afford the goddamn be-all, end-all, but you do have alternatives to you. I mean, picking up a couple of Ghost Ogres for $10 a piece can solve your dilemma of $60 Ash Blossoms. The unfortunate downside is if you're a youngster, unless you have a job, I feel bad for a lot of these 16-year-olds that are getting these jobs to try to pay for Yu-Gi-Oh! But I mean, hey, you've taken one step, you've got an income coming in, and you're trying to better yourself in the hobby that you enjoy. And I think that's one of the other trade-offs, too. A lot of people need to understand that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a hobby. It is just that. Once your hobby crosses over into obsession, well, you're going to have a shit time trying to fund that obsession. You guys thought Pokemon players were the worst. Gotta catch them all. Yeah, it's a terrible pun that doesn't actually happen in their game. I mean, there are a lot of people that enjoy collecting in this game and things like that, and there's a lot of people that sometimes will make smart investments. Sometimes you'll get lucky. I always make the story, or talk about the story of the guy that will go to the regional, And he'll pull the Infinite Impermanence. He'll pull the Ash Blossom from his entry packs. And that guy is fucking stoked, man. He paid for his entire event. He's got a money card now. And he's doing absolutely wonderful at the end of the day. Oh my God, he's going to be so happy. And those people, those players do happen. You know, that's the trade-off. You forget. There's always going to be that one lucky player out there that gets massively rewarded, paid for his entire day's trip. And that's beautiful. That's what Yugioh should be about, is that one or two lucky rewarded players out there that just get lucky. Once again, it kind of seems like the whole loot crate mentality of, oh, I got lucky, I got this style of thing. I don't condone gambling. Don't do it. But it's kind of what pack openings become. It's become a subdivision of gambling at the end of the day. Woo fucking who. But having these high-priced cards, it's both a good thing and a bad thing to little Timmy, or little John over here, as John embarks on his life-changing decision to want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively. Now, there is always the mentality of, hey, you can always build up to this collection. Oh, and that's the absolute truth. There are so many people out there that will take the necessary steps and start building up, start trading up, and things like that. Start saving your money and start working your way up. Because that's one of the most consistent ways to do it. Also paying for travel and things like that. Yeah, these games do get expensive. Absolutely. Not your average Joe will be able to afford everything forever. But at the end of the day, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a nightmare when it comes to getting in. And like I said, you've always got to look at your alternatives. If you want to play the game on a level, you're going to have to spend X amount of money. I'm sorry to tell you that. You can't totally play this game for free unless you've got some wonderful friend like me who loans out stuff, has an extra playset of Ash Blossoms for my homie that always helps me sort cards. I literally got him on the hookup. He's literally got everything that he could ever want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! But at the end of the day, it becomes just that, you either need to have somebody you can borrow stuff from, or you need to have a maintainable income to be able to purchase the things that you want. It's kind of sad just how expensive these children's trading cards are worth, but hey, you know what? Free money. That's all I got to say about that. I miss the days. There was one set. I don't remember which it was, but I just remember I pulled so many of the expensive cards from that set. I went to 3 regionals back to back to back and pulled them, and every trip was paid for. It made me so happy. Just the consistency, the rewards, the things like that. Eventually you'll get lucky like that. Don't think you will. I mean, there are also the people that'll go sell the regional packs instead of taking the open challenge. I think some vendors will pay you $10 for all of your packs. It just kind of depends. Maybe some of them are $8. It's all up in the air. All kind of just depends what's going on, in the time of the set, what's good and whatnot. But mostly you're usually pretty much better off opening them up yourself. But there's that. So remember, if you're a new player watching this video, remember, Little John, you're going to have to do a lot to save up some sort of money to get to the point of where you feel comfortable playing the game, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not a cheap game. And even so, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, even in its lightest terms, putting out as much money as I put into this game, if I actually saw the numbers, I might actually cry. It's so expensive. So, Little John, did you learn anything? I like Samurai. Oh, Little John, what happened to your voice? Oh. Okay, Little John. Well, I didn't know that was going to happen to you, but move onward, duelist. And remember, guys, just because you want to play Six Samurai doesn't mean you're going to win, because not all Tier 2 decks, all Tier 4 decks are created equally against Tier 1 decks. This isn't Weiss Schwarz or Vanguard where you can sack your way to win. It's just kind of the unfortunate downside to these other trading cards that we play. So guys, did you learn something? Yeah! Yeah! Okay, sorry. Had to get that out of my system. 'Tis the morning is always a fun time. Well, that's all I got, guys. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And DJ Robbie McChicken in the house, signing out. Do Sereno until tomorrow. Gotta hate taking my friend to work.